I'm recording the conversation, but you know, uh, as you know, all my videos, I deleted 30 videos from my channel, and I have like 3 weeks or 2 weeks that I have the video in my computer and I have to upload them and share it with you. But hopefully on Thursday, I will be able to upload all the videos and I'll put it there in the platform. All right, so here we are. Last week, let me see. All right. Sabrina, are you in this class? Sabrina.
Yeah, teacher, I'm here.
Yes. And can you tell us the topic of last week? What did we talk about? What was the lesson of last week? Do you remember anything from last week?
Um,
Well,
last week,
uh-huh.
I think we speak about
Yes.
the some verb, some auxiliary.
Huh?
For example, in we
Yes,
do
I'm
some
listening.
sentences with that, this, the difference about when you use that what auxiliary, and when you use that with a verb.
Uh-huh. All right, very good. That's fine. That is good. That is good. Milady, can you tell us what is it what Sabrina says about auxiliaries and verbs? What is it what she means?
I don't remember very well because now I'm working and
Oh,
I
okay.
can't speak much.
All right, that's okay. Don't worry. That is okay. What about you, Carlo? Do you remember? That's Carlo from Montellano,
Not sure, teacher.
right? Guys, you need to study. Some of you don't study. Listen, some of you, right? That means that there are people who study, but there are many of you who don't study. And if you don't study, you won't know what we talked about last week. Because if we meet today and you forget about your notes, you forget about your notebooks, you forget about marking on the book or in the computer what we talk about, you won't remember because there are many things every day and you will forget. So make sure that you don't forget. Brigida, you didn't come last week, did you?
Repeat it, teacher.
Were you here last week? Well, Brigida is having problems with her connection. I have a general question for you. This you can raise your hand if you have the answer. What is the difference between an auxiliary and a verb? What's the difference? If you have to say it, what is the difference between an auxiliary and a verb? Nobody knows.
Teacher is an open question or isn't a specific question per person?
No, that's an open question. If you have the answer, you can give the answer.
Okay, for me, a verb is all the things that indicate movement, and the auxiliary is what you use for you to get a sentence or for you to ask a question. I think is my answer.
Right? And can you create a sentence with a verb also or not?
Well, as a verb, I think yes, of course, yes. You can create a sentence with a verb.
Right? And if we, this question is open for everyone. If you have the answer, you can give it. So when we talk about phonetics and when we talk about the types of words, what is the difference between an auxiliary and a verb? When we talk about the types of words, the different kinds of words in English, chapter 4, the classification of words. What is the difference between an auxiliary and a verb? Oh, you guys don't know, huh? All right, so then I'm gonna choose people. Berenice, can you tell us the types of words in English? How many types of words do we have? The big types, not the subdivision.
Three, teacher.
How many types you said? How many?
I mean,
But you look, you're talking, but you putting your microphone on mute. So we don't understand what you're saying, Carlo. So Carlo is gone.
He said three, teacher.
Three. Oh, okay. What are the three, Patricia? What do you say?
I say two.
Oh, okay. What are the two then?
Content and function words.
Content and function words. Yes. Luis Espinal, this question is for you. An auxiliary is a content or a function word?
It's a content.
So an auxiliary is a content word. What do you say, Geraldo? Auxiliary, content or function?
Es function.
Function. So we're gonna have a final person to decide which is which. Jorge Indio, auxiliary, content or function?
Content teacher.
Content. Maria Stephanie, content or function? An auxiliary. I guess Maria Stephanie is not there, huh? I see.
Content, profe.
Content, okay. What do you say, Pamela Martinez, my cousin? An auxiliary is a content word or a function word?
Primo, I believe, is a function word.
It is a function word, guys. Auxiliaries are function words because we said, Alexander Sosa said, that an auxiliary, you use it to structure a sentence. Like if you have a sentence in future, if you have a sentence in past negative, if you have a question in past, you have auxiliaries, right? Auxiliaries don't mean anything by themselves. So they're function words. Then we said that auxiliaries are verbs. What do you say, Juan de Dios? Is an auxiliary a verb? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. And what do you say, Berenice? Yes or no?
Repeat the question, teacher.
An auxiliary is a verb, yes or no?
I think yes.
Right. So then I have this question for Maria Linet Tamares. If auxiliaries and verbs are the same, when we use in a sense, I have to formulate this question because I don't want to get you confused. Last week, we gave the differences. Auxiliary, it doesn't have meaning. A verb has meaning because it is a what? A verb is a what, Maria Lynette? What is a verb? Tell us again.
Teacher, right now I don't remember, but I know what is. But now the word I don't remember.
You need to eat sardines and pica picas because that helps remembering things.
I think that I will.
Right. If you have a school close to you, you can go there and they'll give you many pica picas because that's what they bring in the bags. I'm just kidding. Right. Guys, we said that a verb is an action. Okay, that is the difference between action verb and just an auxiliary. Because auxiliaries are verbs, but they're not action verbs. So a verb that implies an action is content, and a verb that doesn't imply an action is function. So let me show you. This is an exercise. Take a pen and a piece of paper. So take your pen and a piece of paper. It doesn't matter because you cannot do it in the computer, you know, because you will need to check my screen or your screen. So you can do this. We're going to take 8 minutes to do this. If it is too close, let me know. But here we have 6 sentences. And what you have to do is you have to count how many content and how many function words you have in each sentence. If you have, for example, 100 content words, sorry, if you have 100 content words, you're going to put 100 content. And if you have 50 function, you will put 50 function. You see, content 100, function 50. That was an example, huh? Because it's less than that, of course. So that's what you're gonna do. Take 8 minutes. Right now is 7:26. At 7:34, we are going to come back and I'm gonna ask to see who has the answers. So I'm gonna stay on mute until 7:34. Grab your piece of paper and your pen and start thinking how many content and how many function words. That's the only thing you're gonna do. You're gonna put a number. But don't go crazy because in total, in number one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words in total, okay? That means that in your total count, you need to have 7 words, no more, because then you will be inventing. If you have a question, ask now so I can clarify. Ask your question if you don't understand so I can clarify.
Clarify again, teacher.
What you are going to do is you have 6 sentences. You are going to see how many content words and how many function words you have in this sentence. After you count the content words, you put the number there in your piece of paper. For example, 5 content. So if you have 5 content and you only have 7 words, that means that you only have 2 left. So that will be 2 function logically. That's what you're gonna do. Count the words in the sentence and decide how many content and how many function you have.
All right.
Right. So we will talk at 7:34.
El audience. ¿Ya está?
Do you speak Japanese? You say yatta? Guys, I gave you 3 more minutes because I know that some of you are still looking for, maybe you are a number 4, number 5, but I know that Kathleen wants to be the first, and that also, who was that, Jovanka? And Jovanka wants to be the second one. I know that, right, Kathleen?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so let's go in, let's go, no, we are going to give the different numbers. So Kathleen, you go to the first, Jovanka, you go to the second, and who else? Who else wants to, do you want to raise your hand there? If you have any of the ones from the number 3 onto the number 6. Sabrina, yes?
Sí, teacher. The number 3.
Okay, so we have Sabrina for number 3. And who else? Take a chance, risk yourself. Brigida, you want number 4? And who else? We have 2 more. Maria Linette, you can go to number 5. And Gerardo, you're gonna get the hardest one, the number 6. So let's start then. Go, Kathleen, go. Number 1, what do you?
Okay, teacher. I think that there is content.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. How many content? How many content? Say the number is how many content, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay,
6,
teacher.
7 words.
7 words, teacher. That you said.
Uh-huh. So how many content words and function words out of those 7 you have? Like from the 7 words, how many content do you have? You didn't do it that way, yeah?
Teacher, I pass other people because I look.
I know. All right. All right. Who wants to say the number 1? A person that doesn't have participation in the next ones. Who wants to say the number 1? Any person that doesn't have Pamela Martinez, my coach, yes?
Let me see if I did this right.
Uh-huh.
Um, so, espera, ¿dónde go? Espérate, pues.
Ajá.
Se me fue la hoja.
Bueno, si la hoja está bien, pero si es la guagua, there are problemas then.
Ay, Dios. Me voy a hacer mucho, profe. Bueno, I said that there is, or there are, sorry, 2 content words and 5 function words.
Okay, let's see then. All right, so let's see the content words. Which is content for you from here?
For me, content is
The pronoun.
Wait,
what's the
wait.
question for me or for somebody else?
For you, for you.
Okay. So I said I think likes is content and
Uh,
boy is content.
okay, so let's put a C on top of that so we can see it. So we have likes and we also have boy, which is content, right? Uh, okay, then I have a question for you. What about is? What is is?
In this case, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah, it's content too.
Oh, okay. All right. And then I have another question for you.
Okay.
Grammatical name for the word there,
I'm
the,
sorry.
the grammatical name for that word, for the word
There.
there. What's the grammatical name for that? Who knows? What is the grammatical name? Anybody could help.
Isn't it
Yes.
indicative?
Yes, it's an
Indicative.
indicator, but how do you call those indicators? The words that you use to say where something is, the location of something. How do you call those words?
I forgot about that too.
Oh, hey, yes. Can anybody tell us what is the grammatical name for the word there? Pamela said that it's a word that you use to say the location of something, to indicate the location of an article, of a person, of an animal. I will give you a hint of place. Luis Espinal, go on.
I think it is demonstrative.
Are you sure? But there is nothing in front. The demonstratives are others, not there.
Okay.
Teacher, is
Listen to the hint of place.
there is the adverb or place
An adverb of place.
or place.
And adverbs are what? Function or content?
Eso es content.
Content. So we have 4 content words and 3 function words. That's it.
It's like me.
Sorry, yes.
I do that.
You do what?
The sentence for content and three functions.
Oh, you had that. Well, that's what you did.
Right.
Very good then. Who goes to the second one? Who did I say? That was
Giovanca, algo así.
yes. Go on, Jovanka.
Number 3, right?
Number 2.
No, teacher.
Yes, I gave you number 2.
Okay, Maria is talking to you.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, I was in the number 3.
But then just go back to number 2 in your notes.
I think it's, ay, Dios mío. Okay, so content words, we have 2.
Mhm.
Talking to you. And function,
3.
we have 2.
Oh, but hold on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. It cannot be 2 and 2 because 2 and 2 is 4.
Maria. Okay, so the function words, we have 3.
Okay. All right. What are
Oh my God.
the content words? Can you tell us what are the content words here? Tell us.
Okay, so let me say the functions. The
All
functions
right.
one,
Uh-huh.
I think is the verb talking,
Uh-huh.
and the verb to be, that is.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I think that we only have 2, and the content are Maria and to you.
Maria and
Oh my God.
you. Okay. All right. Now, yes, Maria is a content word because Maria is a name, is a noun. That is true. And is what? Who can tell me what is over there?
Content, teacher.
Content.
Why? Why is
Because
content?
the first question that you have is this
Mhm.
content too, I think.
Okay, but
Yeah.
what is the action in that sentence? What is the action?
Talking, teacher.
Talking.
Talking, teacher.
So if talking is the action, talking is a content word because that's the verb, right? That's what we said. So then what is?
Is the verb to be?
Is that a verb over there? Is it
To be.
over there?
Teacher.
Richard Monte, do you want to say something?
Yes, I do have a question.
Uh-huh.
I have here in my notes that if you have 2 verbs in the same sentence, one of
Yes.
them is a content word and the other one is function word.
Right.
So the one who's making the action is the content word and the other one is an auxiliary. I just want to know if that's correct.
Yes. So then
Okay.
which one is the action here?
Talking.
And then if talking is the action, that's the content word. And then is what?
An auxiliary.
An auxiliary that is letting you know that that sentence is in present progressive and not simple present. That's it.
Teacher, one
Yes.
question.
Yes.
What is the first in the what content and the second is what not?
Done. I'm gonna answer that. You mean Maria and is here?
Yes, is and the one is content.
Okay, because is over here is a verb. Okay, it's a state. There is no two verbs together, or there are not two verbs together in here. You see, here you have two verbs together, one after the other. And in English, that is impossible. You cannot have two verbs, one after the other. When I say impossible, there is an exception, but we're not going to talk about that now. Uh, is talking. Is talking. That is the present progressive. And the present progressive is formed with the auxiliary be plus the verb in ing. When you have two verbs together, that is one. That is function, auxiliary, and there is another that is content because it is the action verb. That's what it is. That's right. We have,
Okay, teacher.
and here, what is two? What is two? What do you say? Two. What is two?
Auxiliary
Two
teacher.
An
is a function.
auxiliary. Are you sure?
It's a function, I think.
No, but I mean, we is function. Yes. Why? Why is it function? Is the question.
Teacher, because it's a preposition.
Because it is a preposition, and you is function. Why?
Eh, personal pronoun.
Yes, very good. Oh, you learning, huh? Very nice. Okay, so we have number three. Who's on number three?
Me, teacher.
Yes, go on.
Okay. I don't see the girls that you see.
Mm-hmm.
There are two function and five content.
Okay, five content and two function. Can you
And
tell
three
us?
function, teacher.
Okay. Can you tell us the function ones? The function?
Yeah. I
Yes.
don't
Yes.
and they.
Yes. That's it.
Yeah.
And and then I'm going to ask you a question. What is that? What is the grammatical name for that in this case? Anybody could say it. It doesn't.
This thing is for me is demonstrative indicate.
Yes, but the demonstrative, to be a demonstrative, it needs to have a verb in front. And what do you have in front? Do you have a verb in front of that?
No.
No, you have a pronoun. So it's not a demonstrative. And if it is not a demonstrative, what is it then?
Teacher is relative pronoun.
It's a relative pronoun, and relative pronouns are function. How do you know when a word like this is a demonstrative? Because when you use it after the word, there need to be a verb. If there is not a verb over there, that is a relative pronoun. And that's what we call sometimes connectors. They connect one sentence with the other. But anyways, don't pay attention about that. What is you? What is you? Function or content?
Content.
But we say here that you was function. Look, in the number 2, we
It's function too.
is function, you see, because it is a personal pronoun. So we have here, we have 4 function and 4 content. That's 4 and 4.
5.
How many words do we have? 9?
1, 2.
8.
So that's 4 and 4.
That's right.
Okay, who has number 4?
Me, teacher.
All right, go on. How many do you have?
I have 4 function and 2 content.
How many function? 4?
4.
And how many content? 3?
2.
Okay. What are the content?
I
The content.
haven't
No, hold
the
on.
content.
Yes.
Ages. I will say ages. And
Ages.
seen.
Okay. Agents.
And seen.
Seen. That's it. That is correct. That's right.
Teacher, is very easy. That's question.
That one is easy, you think?
Yes, teacher, leader.
Oh,
Sis.
yes. Right. Number 5, who has that one?
Me, teacher.
Okay, let me erase 1 and 2 because I need space.
Okay.
Go on.
I have 3 content and 3 function, but I'm not sure with the function if there are 2 or 3.
Larry, tell me the content. So what
The content are a student. No, it was the
content?
opposite. It was the
Content.
opposite. Content, yes, content. I have a student studying and Mosh, but I'm not sure if Mosh is a content or a function in this um,
But what is
essay.
much? What is the grammatical name of much?
The grammatical name.
Yes, because you say many, much, a little, a few. What is the name for those words? Of quantity.
Yes, adjective.
Are you sure? Adjectives.
Teacher,
I don't know.
An adjective is a word that gives information about the name,
That
about the
is,
noun.
I,
And much is not giving information about the name. Much is giving
okay.
information about
That
the
means
action.
that Mosh in this case is a function. What?
No, it is a content word.
But I was right because I said
But
that.
no, you are not completely right because
Okay.
you don't know why. You are guessing. You don't know why much is a content word.
Yes.
Can anybody tell us why much is a content word?
teacher, most is Albert.
An adverb of quantity.
Okay. I
Because,
know that teacher. That's why I put it in context.
but you didn't say it. Why didn't you say it then? You only knew it for you.
Yes.
But you have to make sure that you learn how to express yourself. Because
Yes, I have to.
teacher is expressing yourself.
Yes.
So there you go. You see, you were right. All right. Now the question is why being not a content word?
Um, I don't know, teacher, because there it is
Because in front have the verb.
phonetics.
You have two verbs. How many verbs do you have in there and how many auxiliaries do you have? That's like the first one. Be careful. Look, have
Teacher, we only have one auxiliary. That is the verb to have.
and what is being then?
The participle. I'm sorry,
Function.
the passive voice.
Are you sure the passive voice? In what
No, that
tense?
is not passive voice. This is the verb to be in past participle.
No, but you cannot see it by itself. You need to see the whole sentence.
Oh my goodness. So we have an action there.
Being
It's a
is not,
study.
the action is studying, but what is being? Because you have being and then studying. What's going on here then?
So you need to use been.
Why? The question is why. That's what I want to know. Why?
Because we are talking in the
We are
present
talking
perfect.
about
I'm sorry, Dios
in
mío.
present perfect continuous.
That's right. So how do you form the present perfect continuous? How do you form?
With the verb to be in past participle,
No,
plus a verb with
that's not how you
ing.
form it. Start. How do you
With
form
the
the present
present,
perfect progressive? How?
with the verb to have in present, and
Yes.
to be, no, and the next verb in past participle, I think.
And
Past
then,
participle. And then what?
and then.
And then the next verb
Oh
with the
my God.
ing, isn't it?
You guys. Yes, you are right. But you were, looking for many things. Look, you know that the present perfect is formed with the auxiliary have and the following verb in past participle, right? That is the present perfect by itself. But in the present perfect continuous, everything changes. You form it with the auxiliary have, with been. Been is also an auxiliary with been and the following verb with ing. That's how you form it. Look, that auxiliary is a constant. That's how we call it, constant. What does it mean, constant? Constante, right? Something that happens all the time, something that never changes. If you say
Function.
Maria has been, Alberto has been, the students have been, you have been. You see, being never changes. It stays the same all the time. So that's what we call a constant. That's an auxiliary that is there, which never changes its form. Have you noticed that before? So that is a function word because it is an auxiliary. All right, let's go to the last one then. What do you have? Who was the person there? That was a
Gerardo, prof.
Go on, Gerardo.
Yo tengo, I have 5 function and 3 content.
Okay, 5 function and 3 content. Go on. What are the content?
Who,
Yes.
uh, Thor,
Talk.
yes,
Okay.
and who.
Well, why didn't you say who? You made me go to talk and then come back to who?
No, sorry, teacher.
I'm 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 losing gas here.
No, it's a function.
Okay, but you said who? That's
No, because in this sentence is the relative pronoun.
okay, but what is the other content then? I only have two content words and you said three.
Yeah, no, only two.
Okay, so now is two content
In six
eh,
function.
and six function. All right. Now I have to ask you a question. What is is?
Is
Is what? Is.
A pronouns.
Hold on. A pronoun. What type of pronoun?
not teacher is verb.
A verb. And verbs are content or function?
Is a content.
All right.
Content word.
Okay. And what is man? What is man in here?
Man is the 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 subject, but in this case is the noun.
Ah, and nouns are what?
Because
No, I mean nouns are content or function?
Content.
Content.
Content. Yes. I have another question for you, Gerardo. What is about?
about is function. Is a preposition.
A preposition, right?
Yes.
Very good, very good. So then how many content do we have?
Four.
Four content and four function. Make sure, guys, that you took your notes because very soon we are going to have an exam, maybe next week. I don't know. I have to check the calendar. And this topic is gonna be there for sure.
Next week, teacher, for real.
Hopefully, I hope so, yes.
Damn,
I
you wanna
hope,
kill us?
I hope, but I will inform you because I have to check the calendar here. And hold on, let me see.
Teacher,
Yes.
I have a question because I saw something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there. And the sentence number 3,
Yes.
the pronoun. So, for example, I don't. I. It's not. It's a function or it's a content because I'm confused right now.
Well, one question. Do you remember when I said that all pronouns are function words?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I is a personal pronoun. So all the pronouns are function words, all of them.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. We're not leaving yet. Uh, you guys believe that we are leaving. We still have we'll still have some questions from the from chapter 5. Did you give me a second here? We're not leaving, guys. Uh what is this? This is, oh, you know what? I want to give you, if you are taking an exam, if you're taking an exam, and I'm gonna give you this, if you're taking an exam, you don't have time to look for words because then you will have problems, you know? But I will give you this dictionary. I sent it to you right now. Check check it on the chat here, this chat, the chat from the group, not the group, I mean here on Zoom. Uh, if you put a word, it's going to tell you the type of word, the grammatical name, if it is a noun, if it is a pronoun, You see, like you can look for any word over there and it's going to give you, because remember that some words have different functions. Some of them could be adjectives, some of them could be adverbs, but depending on what they do in the sentence, then you have to decide which is which. You know, so there you that's a very good place for you to look for words. All right. Now, I have to let you know that for the exam, we also have the chapter number 5. So the exam is going to be focused on chapter 4 and chapter 5. That's where the second partial comes from. Pamela, you have your hands up?
No, I don't know.
Yo,
Oh,
I
I
see
see.
it. I see it there. Well,
Oh,
that
I
was
see
from
it.
before,
So,
I
but
guess.
I think it was from before. Yes.
All right. Well, guys, so we have here, then, I told you already, the exam comes from chapter 4 and 5. The second exam, the second portion. And we have some questions that we need to answer. And when we answer these, we finish because it's very important that we know this. I took a lot of time on the other exercise, but that was necessary. All right, so we have here, if you have the answer, you raise your hand, and when we finish, we leave. So this is rising, falling intonation. Now we're gonna talk about intonation. And the first question says, what is rhythm? What is rhythm? Rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. Did you do the homework?
Of course,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
All
Yes.
right, Sabrina, go on, Sabrina. I'm
Okay.
giving points to people who
Eh,
raise hands. Yes.
Okay. Random is a regular series of songs or movement. It's a
Uh-huh.
regular pattern of change.
Yes. Listen, guys, rhythm is the way that you say something. Very easy. I know that it says a sophisticated definition, but rhythm is the way that you say something. That is rhythm. You can say things in a very different way. I can say it in a different way. So you have your rhythm and I have my rhythm, but not the rhythm of the night as the sun. This is the rhythm of the night. Oh, night. Oh, yeah. Have you heard that song?
Yeah.
In Dominican Republic, we say si son ribo or son
I've
night.
heard
Some like
this.
Yes. All right, then. So what is intonation? Intonation. What is that? Oh, nobody raises hands, so then raises hands.
The teacher.
Go on.
Berenice.
Go on, Berenice.
Okay, teacher. Intonation is the tone of what we say. Without intonation, it is impossible to understand the expression and thoughts that go with words.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So you see, intonation is the tone of what you say. That's true. That's it. The tone of what you say. But the question is then, how many tones are there in English so far? How many tones? The number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many, Gerardo? What do you say?
There are four types of tongue.
4 tones. Very good. Then what do you say, Ani Vicente? What is the name of those tones? What is the name?
What is the name? What?
Of the tones. Gerardo said that we have 4 tones in English. So,
Okay, okay.
yes.
There are four tones. Normal, high, extra high, and low.
Yes, that is right. Now, one question for you. Anybody can answer this. When do you use the normal tone? The normal tone. When do you use it? When?
When we talk with other people.
When you talk to other people, right? Normally,
Normally.
the daily speaking, the way you speak, right? That's what we call the normal tone. That's it.
When you
The
sing,
way that you are accustomed to speak, that is the normal tone. So when do you use the high tone, Brígida? When do you use the high tone in your case? When? When do you use it? High,
I don't know.
you don't know. Well,
when
those
she sing one music.
when you sing, yeah, well, yeah, yeah,
Even talk to me, she do that.
yeah, yes,
I don't know sing. I don't know
yeah.
sing.
You don't know.
Cuando tú cantas una canción, mi vida, que tú la cantas voceado ahí.
That's true. But when,
But that I don't know. I don't like.
no, don't worry, that's okay. But when you call a person and the person doesn't listen to you, or the person doesn't pay attention to you, you normally speak in a higher voice than normal. And that's what we call the high tone. When you want to call the attention normally. So when you want to call the attention, you use the high tone. The low tone is the opposite. When you don't want to call the attention. And the extra high is when you express feelings and emotions. When you are surprised, when you are afraid, if you get burned, if you see an accident, you see, those are events that awake your feelings and your emotions. So that's when you use the extra high tone. Like if something happens to you, if you fall down and then you say, oh shit, you see, and everybody listens to you, that's when you're using the extra high tone. That's what it is. Right. So here you have in which situations we use them. Now, one question, number 5. How do you represent the tones? That was a mistake. How do you?
Yo, prof,
Yes. Yes, Noemi.
la número 5, ¿verdad?
Uh-huh.
Usually, the moving.
So, but you are saying the number 6. It is the number 5. How are the
She's
tones represented?
prefer.
El número 5, ¿no? Este.
Ajá.
Sí, esa es la que te está diciendo.
Sí. Usually, the movement from one tone
That is the
to
number
another.
6, Noemi. Okay, Noemi is saying number
Sí.
6. The movement from one tone to another, it is called shift. That's number 6. But the question 5, very good, Noemi. We're gonna go back to number 5. How are the tones represented? Because high, low, extra high, and normal tone. How do you represent all those tones? It's not for you, Noemi. It could be to anybody. I will give you the answer. Uh, you represent the tones with a line, with a horizontal line. You see it there? You see that line? That's a horizontal line. So that's how you represent the tones, with that line, with horizontal lines. Number 7, what is a glide? There are many people not doing homework here.
Teacher, I did it.
So why? Okay, so tell us, what is a glide? Number 7.
Let me look for the no. Let's see. What is a glide?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
A songs.
It is when the voice slides from one tone to another while it is pronouncing a syllable. Such movement within a syllable is marked by a line curving up or down, and it is
Mm-hmm.
known as a glide.
Mm-hmm. Now, guys, listen. A glide is when the voice slides from one tone to another in the same syllable, because a shift is a movement from one tone to another between syllables, right? Between syllables. But the glide is the movement from one tone to another in the same syllable. Later, we are going to discuss that after the second exam. Guys, internet is playing dirty, I know. The internet wants me to finish, so we are going to finish then. I'm gonna give you the last question. When is correct intonation most necessary? And we finish with that. When is correct intonation most necessary? Go on, Maria.
Correct intonation is necessary at the end of a sentence.
That
In
is
this
true.
position, the okay,
Go on,
yes.
yes.
Mhm. In this position, voice most frequently raises above normal, then falls below normal.
All right, very good, very good. Well, so guys, I know this been a very long class, and right now it's 8:23. I don't know if Pamela Martinez wants to say something because she has her hands up. But Pamela, you
No,
wanna?
teacher, I wanted to
All right.
say
So then,
the
guys,
last
see you then, and
okay.
study because the exam is coming very soon.
All right.
All right. See you then.